Hello there, guys. Welcome back. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna start bringing stuff proper now inside Nuke. But before we do that, I'm gonna do an extra tutorial here and show you something, an issue that I just found. If you can see here, if we just export everything as it is, I took all the geometry, I rename it, I freeze transformation, did all the stuff in here, rename it, flip the normal for this. So if I export this now, okay, just gonna go here and say. When I select this, I don't need this stuff. This is only stuff that I have there for stand-in. So I'm just gonna go here into select this, and I'm gonna show you an issue that I found. I'm just gonna go here into cache, Alembic, and I just export selection to Alembic. And here's gonna be the same, just write UVs because we said before that we're not gonna end up using them anyway, but just for now. So this is gonna be week 6, blah blah blah. Export that, say replace, and you go through that. Okay. Seems like everything is fine. Let's go here. I'm just gonna close this file that I have here. Where is this file? I don't want to close. Classic. I'm gonna close this. Close this. Just gonna go and close this, and I'm gonna reopen Nuke. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this file, this Alembic file that I exported, and I'm just gonna open it in Nuke, and I'm gonna show you an issue that I found with the scaling, because at the moment everything here is just everything here being zeroed out, like I said. But then I'm gonna show you an issue that I found with the camera specifically. So you just give us a second here. I just wasn't expecting this to crash Nuke, but just give it a second. Then it should load up in a second. Come on. See. Say no. Just gonna go and open recent, and I think it's this one that I had open. Yep, I'm gonna go. This is the initial one. Remember with the stuff that we're gonna put here, that little sticker that I gave you, so you can put things in the right container folder. So if I type here now, tab read geo, or not read file, but read geo. Okay, so we got this, and we go here, landscape, we open that, we say this, create a camera with separate nodes, so it means that it's one's gonna be geometry, another one's gonna be the camera. We come here, we say a scene, okay, and then we just node these two up there. I'm gonna go here and create a checkerboard, not channel merge, a checkerboard, okay. And I'm just gonna go here, and then we remember we need a scanline renderer. So we got the camera, we got this here, and we got this. Okay, so it seems like if I look through that camera, and then if I lock it, then you can see here, and I click here and I press S, so I can get the project settings. And in here I'm going to change this to, yeah, it's already 1920 by 1080, that's fine. So it was different. Now if I play the animation, I get this, which is fine. I mean, I got all the elements here. It seems like it worked. You got these and everything. That's fine. But look what happened when I actually, this is a 3D view. Remember, we're in 3D. But if I press tab and I go in 2D, look what happens. I got an issue that there is a clipping in some of the image. I got the background, I got some of the stuff here, but the stuff that is really close to the camera, it seems to be clipped out. It doesn't work. And the reason that I found is that because this geometry is being further transformation in all this geometry, but the camera still has the original scale, then it doesn't work. So what you have to do is you go back into Maya, you can see, look, all this geometry, you can see here, there is no transformation, no scaling. It's all scaled back to 1 because I hit freeze transformation. Go here into edit, sorry, to modify, you say freeze transformation, and everything pretty much go back to 1. But you can see the camera here. Look at the camera. The camera saw a huge transformation because remember we're working here in meters. If you go here, we're working in settings. We're working in meters, okay? And everything here is huge numbers in order to get, I don't know, the right scale. So this camera is being scaled 15,000 times. But because we're not scaling the camera, we're not animating the scale, we don't need this. So we need to put this back to 1. So I'm just going to unlock this, or just delete break the connection, so I don't have any more. You see there's the little bar is gone. It means there's no more animation in there. And I'm just gonna select all these guys here, and I'm just gonna put it back to 1. Okay, it seems like it's an issue here, but still there. So now this camera is very small now, but then all this stuff here is go back to 1. So it still works. You see, it still works. It's not an issue. Okay. So now when I select the camera that is being disconnected, it's being put back to 1, and I select all the rest of the geometry, and I unselect this, and I go here to cache, and I go into Alembic, and I say export selection to Alembic. Here again, I'm gonna write the UVs again, select the same guy, say export, replace it, and then go through the time slider here, through the whole thing, and it renders everything out. Now when I go back to Nuke, and if I select this guy here and I say reload, it doesn't work. Classic. So I'm gonna go here and reopen again, open that, say create parents from there, let's see if it works. Oh, of course it doesn't work because I brought this, but I had to reload the actual camera. The camera is the one that needs to be changed, that's the key. So now with the camera and this connected, voila, you see now this works. So you want to see the geometry, I'm going to select here, and in the render view I'm going to make sure that I got wireframes. You see, this is the wireframe. So now if I play it, I can see everything. This is what we're going to be rendered. So now we have the UVs here set up, but this is UVs, guys. Just remember, this is just on the UVs because I decided to go here into Maya. Okay, remember we went to Maya and we select all this geometry, and then we went into UVs and we say automatic UVs, and it gave me this rubbish UVs here. It's just automatic, something that I can work with. So because at the moment I am not creating projections, you see, I'm not creating projections. Here in Nuke, I'm connecting the geometry or the checkerboard, in this case the texture, directly to the geometry, just like applying a shader in Maya with the UVs. But just remember that we're working in projection. We're gonna be doing projection, matte painting, so we don't need UVs. I just put this stuff here so you can see. But you can see now here you got some sort of parallax here, the front and the stuff here. So you can see here this stuff is so far away you hardly got any parallax here, but there's a little bit of parallax probably around here and here. This stuff obviously moves more than this stuff and this stuff in the background. You see the things in the background, like this thing with the background, hardly any movement because it's too far away. So this stuff here obviously in the front it moves a lot because it's very close to the camera. Okay, so what we have to do now is now that we have this working, just remember you get the camera, and the camera should have, if you scale the camera out, make sure that you put it back to 1. Okay, and the same goes with the geometry. Make sure that everything, I mean, I think ideally if you don't freeze the transformation of the geometry and the camera stays big as it, I think it should be equivalent. I mean, it should be even out between them, so it would make sense. But because we throw the transformation of all the geometry, everything is supposed to be 1 unit now in scale, or 1 original scale, but the camera was scaled to 15,000, so I had to bring the camera back. And for that, what you have to do is right click here, delete the break the connection to get rid of the animation, because the scale is not being animated, it's only transforming the rotation. And then just put this back to 1, and the camera obviously gets really small. You cannot probably see it here, it's very small. You can see here it's very small. And then the camera is only the icon that increases. You see, if I put this back to 10,000, you see it's only the icon, but the stuff's still there. You see. So that's it, guys. That's for now. That's it for now, I think. What we're gonna do is I'm going to stop this right now, and then next tutorial we're gonna show you how to put the projections back in Nuke, and then how to start picking up the cameras that you need for your projections. Okay. All right. That's it for now, guys. Thank you very much. All right. Bye bye.